There you go. On a Friday, printing and working. Bunch of random stuff. Come join the fun. Boom at everyone. Okay, we got that, put that notification out. Okay. A copy post. New post, control A copy post. There we go there. And is that, and I think we are good. Okay. Oh, I have not been muted. Hello. Hello. Okay, well, you got some behind the scenes of me yapping. Live chat, turn that on. There we go. Okay, we're live. Who left this Gundam here? Who left the Gundam? 1 second. I can't work like this. Somebody left a Gundam here. 1 second. Can't just gun. You can't build a printer. You can't do anything nowadays without a Gundam just taking up your entire workspace. Now can't. Oh my god, this thing's huge. So that arm comes off. Can this arm come off? Yeah, this arm can come off. If I can get the arm off. Okay, so you're off. Okay, let's move you over here. Oh my god. You could. Oh no! I've lost an arm. How do you lose an arm? There you go. Enjoy your little tease for tomorrow's video, because we are actually working on this a little bit tonight. Today's stream's a little bit of a grad bag. Bunch of little stuff, because I only have like 2 hours. So we got a shorter stream today. Grab bag of stuff. Bunch of random little stuff. Is this the one I need to do? No, this hand's good. This hand can go there. Fun fact, you can fold these hands up real nice. They actually take up a surprising little amount of room. There we go. Overlays, yes. I'm gonna turn the main overlay on, but the overhead overlay is gonna stay off because I'm gonna have to film some stuff today. So we're gonna be doing some work. I have clamps and blocks. I was working on that before going live, so it's like I've got stuff everywhere. So give me a minute. And then DM me the new enclosure and doors I'm working on. If you have, okay, yeah, if you want to DM me, I'll take a look at them. We're actually going to be printing on the Venture XL today because I have a commission I need to print for somebody, and by somebody, the wife wants some art for the computer room. So I need to make some art for the computer room. So we're gonna be doing some art. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, which are pretty much all the parts I'm missing out of the Gundam. Well, I got the shoulders. We got to put one of the hands together. That's what we're doing today. Oh. So that is tomorrow's video, if you're wondering, or today's Friday. That would be Sunday's video. Tomorrow for channel members, because I got to film it. I've got, obviously, the Gundam is put together as far as I've got it. So I got to film the first part of the video and then edit it. So hopefully that'll be tomorrow or tonight. Give her the maple. No, I like the maple leaf there. No, she wants a wolf. I have an eyelash in my coffee. There we go. Also, I love my wife because she got me this cup for Mother's Day. It's another #1 dad. And on the back is a Benchy. Or Father's Day, sorry. Coffee. Coffee. Yeah, you have more room on your desk when you don't have a, speaking of which, I gotta weigh that thing. What are we at for weight? I gotta tell you, I gotta figure out the weight. 1 second. We actually gotta figure out the weight of this. I'm keeping track of how heavy this is getting because, what I gotta. So let's see. So each arm is falling apart. 2.9 kilograms. So, calculator. So we got 2.9 kilograms plus 2.9 kilograms. Oop, wow. So 2.9 times, there you go, equal. Oop, wait, how am I doing? What am I doing? Clear. 2.9 plus 2.9 plus the torso weighs 4.7 kilograms. So we are at 10.5 kilograms for just the chest, and the arms is 10.5 kilograms of Gundam already. I haven't started the legs. That's what we're doing today. That's one of the things we're doing today. We are doing legs. I'm printing all the waist right now, which, if you're wondering, this is everything that went into the body. If you were a channel member or Patreon supporter and you watched the Wednesday stream, we built the torso on the Wednesday stream. And if you didn't see the pictures on the Discord on how it turned out, I will totally spoil the YouTube video for you. But this is the torso for the Gundam. This is over 10 pounds of plastic. And also, yes, the hatch does open so you can see the core fighter inside. I've got to fiddle with the locking mechanism a bit more. Also, you want to know what's really cool? What's really cool? The air conditioner in my garage just turned off because it's not hot enough to need the air conditioner in the garage. I am so happy. The stupid heat wave has finally gone through. It is currently 26 degrees Celsius in the garage, and I love it. I love it. So what are we doing today? We're gonna print some stuff on the big guy. We are going to print some stuff on the Prusas. So actually, I gotta unload. Filament, unload. I gotta unload both of these because we are gonna be doing printing on the Prusas, printing on the big guy, and then we got to build ourselves a robot hand. Is this the right one? No, not this one. That hand's already built. This hand's not built. I gotta build you. This hand we gotta build because unfortunately that camera's not on. 1 second. Turn that camera on. Will there be no post-processing for the Gundam? It will be as printed. There is a reason I am printing everything in the colors. It's 378 parts. For example, this is just the body. I'm printing the waist right now. I haven't even printed the backpack yet, but I'm printing the waist. The waist is 3 pages of parts. This is just the waist. Just the waist and the hips. The legs are, there's the legs. It's like 50 parts. There's 378 parts to this. And we're printing it at 200% scale. So, it's a bit big. It's a bit big. We have a hand to build today too. So we gotta, as you can see, this is just kind of held together with tape right now. We gotta do this properly. Are there beams for the beam sabers? No, the beam sabers just sit in there. You can take them out, but they do sit just in the backpack. I don't know how I'm gonna mount it. I got a feeling I'm just gonna mount it in a standard pose, just kind of like standing there. I could have it T-posing. The arms do allow the shoulders to do this. Actually, there's a surprising amount of movement in these arms, by the way. They can pivot, and you can bend the arms, and the wrists move. So there's actually a decent amount of motion. So I could T-pose it to assert dominance on all the other mecha, because it's a Gundam. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to the Friday stream. Friday streams are kind of random lately. So we're just doing a print and chill. We've got a bunch of stuff to print for the ongoing Gundam build, so I can hopefully get it built in time for 3D Printopia. And then once that's done, I can get back to working on the T-45 power armor. I prepped that up to finish working that. I need pants. I know this sounds weird. I need to find something to use for the undergarment for the power armor that looks like power armor undergarment and will allow me to mount stuff too. I need to figure that out. But anyways, that's a future project. Also, who wants to win Filament from Polymaker? Every stream we give away a spool of Filament from Polymaker. Link in the video description. Enter for your chance. There is a question there. In case you haven't noticed, I've changed the icon on the Discord. I'm moving away from the Only Benchies branding, which was more prominent when I started streaming, but we've kind of not used it much over the last like year plus. So I'm kind of moving away from that and moving more towards the Canuck creator branding for everything. It's a homogenous branding ecosystem. So part of that is I need a new name for the Discord. Give me a name for the Discord. We're gonna figure it out at some point during the stream today. We'll go through your suggestions near the end of the stream. Thomas gifted 20 community memberships. Cheers, Thomas. Appreciate it. Best way to support the channel, the content I create, and the things I do is to be a channel member, Patreon supporter, or be awesome like Thomas and gift community memberships. One of the best ways to do it. Okay, so let's get this movable feast underway. I need some black filament. Prusa Galaxy Black PLA, perfect. Because we need to print something big. We need to print something big. No, we are not doing a 1000% benchy. I mean, that's a lot of filament. I need to hit up do a polymaker order. I finally figured out where I put my polymaker card, the polymaker bat card, so I got to put it in a big order. But we need to print something because I need some art. We have a wall in our computer room that is empty, and I'm going to instead of purchasing art, I will create art. And by create art, I will download a file that somebody else made and put it on a printer and hit a button. And then we will have art. So I was doing a little bit of looking. And I'm going to print this. Files. Download. And that wolf art. There we go. So I can scale this up so we can go big. Actually, we could rotate this too. Can I go bigger this way? I might be able to go bigger this way. Center. Where's the center button? Center? 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 No, not arrange. Where's center? Add plate. Center. Okay. Nope, not move. Scale. Let's do 275. I like doing round numbers for percent scaling. There we go. 275. So this is MISC PLA, that slice. And that's why you, sir, are the creator. Creator sounds like... Is that like a Dungeons and Dragons god? That sounds like a Dungeons and Dragons god. Creator. We're just gonna do... I am Creator. Bow before me. You must worship me. For I'm Creator. There we go. That'll work. There's a little spider. My garage is infested with spiders right now, unfortunately. They are... There's these little guys. Can you see them? Can you see the little guy hanging? He's just a silly fella. He's just a silly. Oh, we're gonna set you down. There you go. There you go, squish you. They sprayed my house for spiders a couple weeks ago, and like they all moved into the house. Most of them in the house haven't lasted long, but the ones in the garage are thriving. So I'm finding spiders in my printers. Not gonna lie, I think I have a 3D print with a bug trapped in it. Because I was printing something in the garage on the big printer. It's one of these prints. It's one of these big prints. It might be the Pikachu, but I was printing something big and there was a fly in my garage and it kept landing on the print. And then I went out to check on it and the fly wasn't there anymore. And I haven't seen it since. So either the fly that was continuously landing on this print over like 3 hours while I was checking on it, and then I left for 20 minutes and I came back and looked at it again, the fly was gone. So either the fly just figured out how to leave the garage, it went into a corner and died, or it's trapped in the infill of a print. Yeah. Bad Marvel supervillain. Okay, let's get some filament. Let's get this big guy loaded. Let's get the big guy loaded. So this is gonna be a short print. It's only a couple hours. Okay, so desktop view, all. There's a snake in my boot. Also, I need to print some big stuff for my bike. You can see my bike, it's in frame right now. One second. Okay, move up 1, 2, 3, and we will heat you up to 220. Pikachu was hungry. The Pikachu's tail's broken. I accidentally dropped him, so I gotta fix the Pikachu. Unfortunately, I don't actually have any PLA gloop, so we've kind of, that sucks. Oh well. Friday able to watch a Friday. Finally able to watch a Friday stream. Wow, I can speak English, you know that. Finally able to watch a Friday stream, and all it took was quitting my job. Worth it. In today's economy, I mean, what economy? It's all monopoly money anyways. Super glue works. I know, I can't actually find my super glue. This is how you open bags, by the way. Proper way to open bag. Okay. So we're gonna print this in black, Galaxy Black PLA from Prusa. Why? Because I have it. And yeah, so let's go mobile. Bravo 6 going mobile. And I kicked my camera, and that's broken. Okay, I think I gotta get a new camera. Or not camera. Pretty sure my light is borked. Pretty sure my light is borked. Okay, let's go over here. This is a downside of having a garage that's also a garage. You end up using your garage for garage stuff, like storing your bike. No, I can't rest you there, because if I rest you there, it's going to rest against the door, and if I open the garage door, it'll fall. It's happened to me twice already. Okay. Take out the old filament. I will say it is really nice. I don't really like relying on the filament runout sensor in the tool head. Lately, I've gotten in the habit of I will just preemptively change a spool before it runs out, just because I can't risk it. It's the filament runout sensor in the tool head. It does work, but it's not as, it doesn't have the behavior I would prefer, because unfortunately it triggers after the filament gets sucked into the extruder gear. So it's kind of like I'm stuck with the, you still have to Unloading it is a pain. You basically got to flush out the old filament, and unfortunately half the time it doesn't work. Yeah, like, really? Maybe like that? There we go. Okay. Temperature, cool down. Hold, filament. Okay. Also, I almost goofed. I almost goofed pretty bad. The other day it was raining. And it was raining pretty bad, like thunderstorm. Yeah, this, I think I've actually broken my light. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my light's broken. Okay, well, newer after dark mode. That sucks. What will work with the art print at 3 in Z? I'm pretty sure I didn't see it. What? Oh, it'll just round. When you scale something, and oh, 3 mil. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, let's go to 6. Let's make it a bit bigger. 8. There we go. I see what you mean. Hey, Tall Fox. Taff. It's the Taffy Fox. There we go. There we go. Oh, I gotta... Okay, I'm just gonna do solid. I'm just not gonna bother with... I don't want to deal with infill. Solid. Hey! Maybe that's where they got the name from. Maybe that's where you got the name from. No, why are you still doing infill? I don't want infill. I want... How many layers are we at? Oh, 20 layers, that's why. Okay, maybe, you know what, screw it. We'll do infill. We'll do infill. Strength, 4 top, 4 bottom, infill. We'll do 15% adaptive cubic. If you don't do enough infill in top layer, you need to do a way more top layers so that it bridges properly. So we'll just do 15% infill and call it a day. There we go. Yeah, that'll bridge it. That'll bridge fine. 4 layers. If not, I just use the bottom. There we go. Print. Upload and print. There we go. There we go. I don't have alternated exterior walls enabled, I don't think. Yeah, I don't need it for this. I don't need alternate exterior walls. I don't need that. Okay, let's zoom this camera in. You guys can actually see what's going on. Whoop. Whoop, whoop. There we go. So you guys can watch that if you want. Okay, now we have to do some more printing. We have to do some even more printing because... Let me get that little bit of filament that's hanging off that. The joys of a slow Z. There we go. Okay, so next part is printing Gundam parts, which I need PLA. I need white PLA. I don't have white PLA out here. I gotta go get some. What's future Taylor working on? Printing Gundam parts. And then we're gonna build a hand, which we've already built, but I gotta take it apart and rebuild it. So I'm gonna run downstairs, grab some filament. You guys can watch this. Don't burn the house down while I'm gone. Let's see here. Ooh, a little too much. Right about there. Okay, I'm back in 1 minute. 1 minute. Maybe that's why it's not working. Maybe it's that. Oh wow, this, or maybe it's not plugged in. Is it because it's not plugged in? What's going on here? Why is this light not working? Yeah, this studio light's dead. Okay, I gotta get new studio lights. Okay, come down here. Oh, I should probably check how these prints are going. How are these prints going? Oh no! Oh no! It's beeping at me. Why are you beeping at me? You are out of... Oh no, why didn't you tell me you were out of filament? I will feed you new filament, printer. 1 second, let me... no, quit beeping at me. Anthracite gray. Where's all my anthracite gray? Oh my... Wow. Anthracite gray. There we go. Okay. There we go. Anthracite gray. Okay. Yes, I'm going to feed you more filament. Quit beeping. Quit beeping. I hear ya. I hear ya. Yeah. Quit beeping at me. Where is this? There's the end of the filament right there. Wow, somebody appears to actually cut the tip on this on an angle. That's surprising. Okay. Eat. Continue. Yes, filament was unloaded. Suck the new filament in, heat up. There we go. How's this print? Oh, this print came good. Okay, I'll start another one of these later. I wish you guys could see this. I did a whole plate of parts in carbon fiber PET G with PLA support, and like half the parts just come off the bed and leave the support down because the PLA sticks so good to the bed at like 70°C. So it's just like you have all these little skeletons of support just left on the bed because all the parts just fell right off. It's great. I love carbon fiber PET G and PLA support. Is one of those things I did not realize how good it was until I started using it, and it's insane. Also, I have no idea if you guys can hear me right now. I'm just talking to myself while I'm reloading a printer. Come on, I know we're waiting on... Come on. I might need more anthracite gray. I can't believe how much of this stuff I'm going through. So I need yellow. Gonna need yellow, and we're gonna need white. White. See no white. There we go. Okay, come on. Come on, purging, we be purging. Yes, resume. There we go, okay. There we go. Back to work. Were you guys able to hear me that whole time? Error during probing. What is going on? Print. It does this sometimes. I get this random communication timeout during homing, and I just do it again, and then it works. See the rat rig release a hybrid motion system for the 3.1. Nice. My rat rig, I have not been using it much, I'll be honest. It was a fun build. The problem I ran into is it was really big for what it build volume was. It's a big printer. The rat rigs are big printers, and I mean that in a way as in the printer itself, regardless of build volume, is big. So I built a small one because they're like, do you want to build a rat rig? And I'm like, I don't have any room for a big rat rig, as we found out when I built this guy. Big printers take up a lot of room. So I'm like, send me the smallest one you got. So they sent me a 200mm rat rig V-Core 3, which we built, but I don't really have a use case for it because I'm at that size, I'm using my Prusas. Like it's kind of like in a weird position where it's like, It's not a bad printer by any stretch of the imagination. It's just where I have it set up and between everything, it's like, it just kind of chills there. All right, so feed some yellow filament in here. Filament. Inserting. Get this unloaded. What are you loaded with? You're red ASA, aren't you? Our red ASA. Andrew Rogers gifted a community membership. Cheers and appreciate it. Thank you. YouTube's like, now would be a good time to insert an ad. It's like, no. Okay, we got the PETG. We got Signal White. I think I already have a spool of Signal White open, but I got to dry it. So instead of drying it, I'm just going to use a new spool. Hooray, it's garbage day soon. Go. I need to do the dry box mod for these. What I actually need to do is get my hands on the filament dryers that Polymaker makes. Like, just get like a bunch of filament dryers and just kind of use them as a generic drying unit. That way I can put little dry boxes on all my Prusa's and have like that be an active dryer. What are you doing? Oh, you're doing that. Andrew Rogers, $10 for the Fry Yay Fund and the first day of school fund. It's August. Who's going to school? Like, I know in, like, for us up here in Ontario, school starts, it's the first Tuesday after Labor Day. So it's either the first or second week of September is when school starts. My kids start Monday? Is that an American thing? Do you guys go back to school this early? Next week, August? Tennessee, wow, August. Wow. Barrow County, Georgia, first week of August. So that means you finish school in May? Like you would finish in May? It's 2 months of summer, right? You get 2 months of summer, right? Okay, so you still get 2 months of summer. Okay. So you're not getting screwed over there. Purge more. I'm putting white in. We need more purge. I will say what's really annoying is since I switched the drag trains around, yes, they look cosmetically better with the drag chains around the proper way. Okay, yes. But it clicks more. You can see the chains, as they lay down, they go click, 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 click. The printer is louder now that I fixed the drag chains, and I don't like it. It's funny, I made the printer worse by making it better. Goes back May 30. That is so weird. I mean, I guess it makes sense. I guess it makes sense depending on your like region, because it's like, it's based on the farming season, isn't it? That's when like the 2 months in summer is when kids, you know, go help on the farm and whatnot. I guess I mean, although wouldn't it be harvest week? Would be, I don't know, whatever. Long story short, here in Ontario, school ends like the 3rd week of June. So like it's either the 3rd or it's like one of the last weeks of June. I think it's like June 20 something. It's like the Wednesday. It's like whatever the second last full week of June is, the Wednesday is like the last day of school here. And then we go back to school the first Tuesday after Labor Day. So Labor Day weekend is the last weekend of summer where I live. So it's nice because a lot of schools, the older buildings, and especially if you're in a portable, the AC either doesn't exist or it sucks. So the hottest part of the year, you're not in school. So that part was nice. That part's nice. Okay, so let's do some printing. Let's get the Prusa. So this is one of the reasons I like doing all this stuff on the Prusas, is because it's like, oh, hey, 1 second. The little guy just poked his head in the garage and he's like, you're going back out? In the backyard? Okay, stay in the backyard. When the little guy pokes his head in, it's like, hey, daddy, I'm inside now. And you're like, you were outside? Where did you go? But yeah, this is why I like the Prusas, okay? Yes, Prusa shill. I'm wearing the shirt. I don't care. They make good printers. But like, this is why I'm printing like a whole bunch of random stuff for these Gundams. And it's just straight up like, throw whatever random part that I'm printing on whatever Prusa with the default profile, hit print with auto support. It just works because I've got, you know, where is it? I've got all these parts to print. So we got to print the yellow part. So let's do the W34 A and B. So it's like, okay, so Prusa Core 1 high flow, 3 models, the Gundam, the waist, 34, A and B, load, scale them 200%. We'll go with 10% infill. Supports, build plate only, range, slice, boom, done. Like, this is how I'm just printing everything. It's just let the Prusa deal with it. Send to connect. Prusa connect. Which one do we have it in? Which one's yellow? Core 1. Core 1. Boom. Confirm. Off it goes to the printer. Simple as that. Because I've got like 5 different printers I'm using, although I'm not really using that Mark IVs. This Mark IVs we might rebuild. Or sorry, it's just a regular Mark IV. We might be rebuilding this Mark IVs. Over the summer, I've been having issues with it doing this kind of shenanigans, where we're Tokyo drifting in the we're very deja vu-esque with this printer. And I think it was during like the stupidly hot heat waves we were getting. It was like 40, almost 50 inside the enclosure when I was printing. I think the Petchy parts just straight up. Bleh. The belt tension and everything feels fine right now, but it's like, I don't know if I trust it. So we might be rebuilding this printer. We might be doing that. We'll see. One of the first things we did when we got that built was reprint all the parts in ABS. So I have them all in gold ABS, so we might redo it in gold ABS. We'll see. So we shall see. That's heating up. Ensure that ventilation grill is open. Continue. Is it? It is. We're good. Okay. So that's that. So I've already printed these 4 white pieces. So now we need to do these ones. So we'll do 44. By the way, I should be like making a checklist of every part. I'm not. I'm just printing it by page. So W44 A and B. Okay. Delete. W44 A, B. Open. Scale. Everything I got to do, I've only done it once so far where I forgot to scale it. Every other thing, I've been pretty good with it. Where it's like, oh, scale. Okay, we got to scale it. All right, let's see here. We will do that side. You know what? We're going to go this side down. Yeah, we're going to go this side down. So that, rotate. Now you may be like, why are you doing this? It's because while it is pet G, and I'm going to have to bridge this now or support it, overhangs close to the bed. There's a few parts on the Gundam arm, on like the chest, where like these kind of 45-degree overhangs, when they were close to the bed, they don't come out the cleanest. They don't come out the cleanest. So I just kind of, yeah, whatever. That's support. I'll just break it off. I'm going to print with support. While this probably will bridge fine, I'd rather have the cleaner surface there. So we're just going to do that, because then this way it will come out clean. So 7-2 connect, core 1-2, set ready, and print. There we go. Supersized Gundam. Yes. We're building the hand today. That's another thing we're working on. How's the other print coming? How's this coming? Coming good? Starting good. Okay. I probably should have cleaned the bed. It's been a while since I cleaned the bed on that, but it should be fine. Should be fine. Vent open, vent open. Yeah. Here's an arm. So just to put it in perspective, this is the arm. So we got articulation in, we got two joints in the elbow. Okay. So we got 2 joints in the elbow. We also have the ability, I haven't really locked the shoulder pauldron in place, so I'm just gonna take it off for now, just to show you. But this is the shoulder pauldron that just sits over the shoulder, and it does open it up so you can see inside. But this is the shoulder joint. So we actually have the ability to rotate. So this is the shoulder, so we have the ability to rotate and do this. So this arm actually has a decent amount of articulation in it, and it folds up real nice and nice when you're traveling. So it's gonna be fun to, but here, I'll show you what you mean. This is what I mean about the support on, where is it? One of these. Oh, these are all printed vertical. Yeah, that surface right here. You can see it's a little gummy in a few areas, but literally everything on this, other than post-processing of like cleaning up flashing or removing supports or anything, these parts are all straight off the printer. Every part of this is straight off the printer. I did not want to be painting or doing anything like that. So I just, I reached out to my Prusa rep, and I'm like, hey, I want to do a big project. I'm going to be doing it on Prusas because they're the printer that I have the most of that are the same. Yes, I know I have a ton of Vorons, but Voron's an open source project. Voron doesn't have a filament manufacturing facility. And yeah, so I reached out to Prusa. I'm like, hey, I want to do a big project. You guys have provided me with many printers for reviews and stream and whatnot, but I haven't done a video with them. So how about you send me a bunch of filament and I'll use your printers and I'll make something big and I'll show it off. And they're like, okay. So they provided all the filament that I would need in the colors I need, so that way I don't have to actually paint anything. What is the model? Kai 3D, I think, is the designer. Just search this. I got the files off of, I think, Cults or CG Trader, one of the two. I think they're on printables now, but like when it comes to the colors, they're not 100% screen accurate, and we know that because you can literally just, go on the Gundam site and they tell you the actual color references, like the hex colors, but like close enough. Close enough. Close enough for government work. Oh, that's going to be a beautiful print. So, yeah. Okay, so we got to print more black pieces. So now we go over here. What are you guys doing? Oh, you're absorbing heat. Okay. Do I not have the XL on this? This is something annoying. This I don't like. I'm logged into my account, but every computer that I have has different printers on it. Add. Like, want to add printer. Add remove preset. I gotta add the XL. We wear. Oh no, this is not wearable. This is not wearable. Configuration update. No. Okay, you know what? I'll get the XL doing something after stream. No, this is not wearable. Like, I mean, I could, you know, if I took this part off, I could wear the shoulder pauldron, but like, this is in the way. So I'd have to modify a bunch of the files to like be wearable. Like, I'm sure if you just printed like the white pieces, which are like the outer armor, you could do something, but. Okay, who's ready to watch me cheat? We're gonna do some cheating. We're gonna do some cheating here. I need to go get some glue. I gotta make sure I get these in the right order. I don't want to screw up the order. Some reason Bamboo don't like Elegoo PETG. I mean, is it the printer or the filament? Do you know if the Elegoo PETG prints good in other stuff? Because is it the printer or the why do I have a random pin? Anyways, because here's the thing. As much as I chirp on Bamboo, the printers are surprisingly competent. So if it's not liking that one filament, are you sure it's the filament or are you sure it's the printer? Because let's be honest, I'm going to let you in a little trade secret. Most companies don't make their own filament. Most of it's white label. So that means there's one company that makes it and then they provide the filament to other companies and they slap their label on it. So odds are, probably like Polymaker. A lot, or some other big company, Inland or whatever. Where did I put the glue? Up here? Yes, it's right here. So yeah, it may be labeled Elegoo PLA, but I highly doubt it actually is made by Elegoo. So. Inland is Polymaker. You're other way around. Polymaker is Inland. Or Inland, yeah, sorry, yeah, you're right. Inland is Polymaker is OEM for a lot of companies. Like, Polymaker is the OEM for a lot of filament brands. %80 of filaments are Mitsubishi. Well, that's the resin. Remember, as far as I'm aware, there isn't any filament manufacturing companies that actually manufacture their own resin. And by resin, I mean the pellets, the actual raw pellet. What most filament companies do, and I can show you videos here because I've been to several of them. Computer, program files, or no, what am I doing? What am I doing? This PC, no, network, well, the network, tower, 3D. You know what, here, I'll just do this. Why go through raw archival footage when I could just pull up my YouTube channel and promote one of my own videos? Okay. Filament. If I can find the video. There we go. Okay. Hey, wow, this is an old video. This is Pre-full-time YouTube. Okay. 25,000. I wish this video had more. This was a local filament manufacturer to me. At the time, they unfortunately closed, but they make their own filament. So how you make your own filament, I did a little sit-down interview with them. Let's see here. How far does this go? Does it actually show the raw footage? I don't know if I actually show it in the thing. But essentially, you buy your bulk resin, which comes in pellet form in a giant cardboard Gaylord. It's on a pallet. It weighs like 1.5 tons. You take the raw resin, which is like NGO PLA or, you know, Sabic ABS or whatever, like a brand like that. You take that raw pellet, you add colorant to it. So colorant is what makes it the color you want. And then you put it in a hopper, it dries it, and then it extrudes it out a filament line. And then boom, bing, bam, boom. So you have, you know, your master batch. These are your colors. So you add like a certain percentage of colorant to your raw filament, and then it extrudes it all out down the filament line, and out comes your filament, right? So boom, it's filament. So you're not actually, these companies aren't making the plastic, okay? So when you're buying filament from Polymaker, Polymaker isn't making the plastic. As far as I'm aware, they might be at, Polymaker might be at the scale now where they might, but I highly doubt it because they would have to make so many different types of plastic. It makes more sense to have like a big industrial center making the plastic. You buy the raw plastic from them, then you turn it into filament. So all these filament manufacturers, they're all kind of digging from the same well when it comes to the color. So if company A is making PLA with NGO raw resin PLA, and company B is making PLA with raw NGO brand PLA resin, as long as they're both, you know, following the process the same way, technically the filament should be the same because it's the same raw resin. Now, different additives with colorant, different types of extrusion machines, and quality control will obviously lead to different outcomes. For example, making stuff, printing it in white is titanium dioxide. That kind of crappy for layer adhesion, but it is what it is. So also dry. Yeah, like there's different processes to it, but you're baking bread using the same flour. So never got to try this stuff. It was pretty good. I really liked their ABS because it was they used MG94 as the base for the ABS resin filament. So it was a very good ABS filament. The problem that Replitech had was that they were a smaller company here in Canada, and unfortunately getting, you know, I know it sounds weird to say, but getting like a ton of raw pellets so that it could turn into filament was becoming a pain in the butt because they were at the size where most companies, it wasn't worth dealing with them, right? And especially now with like all the tariffs and all the other bullshit, it just didn't, it's, you know, you're making something that you can't sell it at a profit, and getting the raw materials to make the thing isn't viable. Like, so they just kind of, I don't know if they shut down completely or they just left filament manufacturing and just moved to print farm services, because that was something else they did, or design services or what, but they don't make filament anymore, which sucks because it was nice to have a local filament manufacturer in town. So Filament PLA and printed solid use the same NatureWorks resin. Yep. Yeah, NatureWorks is very common. Very common. NatureWorks is like the generic. Don't own a Prusa, but I might want to get down the road. Can you add a third-party camera and see it? So the way Prusa Slicer works, it is an IP camera. So if it's an IP camera, you can access it through Prusa Connect. I don't actually have my buddy camera set up right now. I unplugged it because it was beeping at me. It was being really annoying, so I unplugged it. I think the Wi-Fi out here was being a little funky, so it kept connecting and reconnecting. I know there's a firmware update for it. I just haven't gone around to doing it. Because the problem is, every time I think about it, it's like, oh, I should probably update my camera. The printer is printing. And it's like, well, I don't want to do it while the printer's printing, and then I just forget about it. What I'm doing right now, when I test fitted these hands, I just used tape to temporarily shim everything up. So I'm cutting the tape off right now, and then we're gonna glue it. And I use, I don't know if this is something you're supposed to do, but I found it works pretty good for this kind of application. Shoe goop. What you do is if you have two parts that are supposed to fit together, right? The problem is this is way too loose. This is way too loose, right? It's too loose, okay? And there's no locking mechanism. It's just, I scaled it up, and with the scale and printing them in Petchy, they don't bite. So what I do is I fill the gap with shoe goop. And then as it's drying, I come out every like hour and I move the joints. I just move the joints while it's drying. And I do that a couple times over the next like day or so. And then by the time you're done, I did this one already. This hand's already done. I can pose it and it holds its shape, but it won't, you know, won't fall apart. So I do have mobility in it. So is it the best way to do it? Probably not, but it works. And this shit's $1 at the dollar store. So why not? Why you gotta make it more complicated and expensive than it is? Yeah, rubber cement. It's basically like a rubber cement. So I need to get footage of me doing that. So we're gonna do that on the stream today. And I'm gonna record it. Don't forget, we are gonna be doing the giveaway today at 1 o'clock. And then after that, we're gonna figure out what we're gonna call the Discord. What is a bot? Shoot. Someone block the weirdo. What weirdo? Oh, is that... Okay, yeah, you know what? Remove. Yeah, I'm sorry. I asked him last stream, is that really your name? Because to be fair, there are people that is their name. And it would suck to, you know, be like, you can't use your name because some asshole, you know, kind of ruined the name for you. Like, what was it? Before World War II, there was like 15 people in New York named Adolf Hitler. After World War II, none. Everyone had to change their name. It sucks. I got annoyed when I had to change my my postal code. Okay, you know how annoyed I'd be if I had to change my name because some very bad person ruined it for me. I gotta be careful what I say because of the stupid YouTube filter. Oh wait, no, I'm allowed to swear now on YouTube again. But what's my view on the ProForge 5? Well, no, I don't have one, so I can't say. I have a ProForge 3, and mechanically, it's not too bad. Unfortunately, I've been having a stupid... I got to sit down and try and figure out what the problem is. One of the tool heads keeps disconnecting on me mid-print, so I don't know what's causing it. I've swapped out, like, cables and whatnot, and it's still doing it. So I got to, like, sit down and tinker on it. We might do that tomorrow. We might faff around with it tomorrow on stream. Do you want, here's the thing. Here's the biggest problem with the ProForge. It's not a problem, but here's the biggest thing you have to keep in mind. It is a DIY kit. It is not a turnkey solution. If you want a turnkey solution tool changer, you're going to be getting a Prusa. As right now, they are really the only turnkey solution for off-the-shelf tool changers within that budget. Yes, I know Snapmaker is coming out with one. Where are the reviews? Like, I'm very hesitant to recommend anything, especially Snapmaker hasn't made a tool changer before, and it's a Kickstarter. I wish them all the best, and I hope they knock it out of the park, but I am hesitant to say go buy a Kickstarter printer from a company that has never built that kind of printer before. It's like, I've already seen a few other creators like hyping it, saying go buy it, and I'm like, yes, you're saving a bunch of money if you buy it early. I get it. Saving money, especially in today's economic times, that's a big thing for a lot of people. But saving money on something that might be a lemon, is it worth the risk? It might be the best thing since sliced cheese. It might be an amazing printer, and I hope it's an amazing printer. But tool changers are finicky. Look how long it took Prusa to get the XL working right. Now, to be fair, disclosure, I have an XL. Prusa sent it to me. It was a post-release one, so I got it a couple, like a year-ish after the XL was like finally public. So mine's a production model, not an early access beta model or whatever. And I haven't had any issues with it. But I know a lot of people had teething issues, so yeah. All I know though, I'm more impressed with that than the H2D. I think what Snapmaker is making is cooler than the H2D. So it's got that going for it, which is nice, because it's a proper tool changer instead of something Ultimaker tried a decade ago with a laser strapped to it. And then there's also Index on the horizon, as Hobo Banana said. Ow! Just closed the knife on my hand. As Hobo Banana said, Index is on the horizon. So if you're looking for a... The thing is, though, there are different markets. One's a proper tool changer. One's an... The Index isn't a tool changer. The Index is a hot end changer. It's kind of a... It is a tool changer because it is changing a tool, but you're not changing the whole tool head. You're just changing the hot end. The extruder and the tool head itself stays part of the carriage. So tool changer versus hot end changer. Hot end changer is going to be more limited by nature than a tool changer, obviously, because you're going to have to use a lot of the same hardware for everything. And you're going to be limited on nozzle choices and hot end choices. So whatever the flow rate of the hot ends are, it's not like an XL, where the XL, I have mine set up where I have like a diamond hot end, and like you can have different things, different flow rates, whatnot. This, you're stuck with like one across the board or whatever Bondtech comes out. Not saying it's a bad solution, just you have to consider all these things. And I don't think a lot of people do that when they buy a 3D printer. They just go like, this is the shiny thing, I want to buy it. And it's like, well, do you need a tool changer? Well, I want to print multicolor, but how often? Well, like once a month. Well, if you're doing once a month multicolor, that's a lot of money to save a little bit of purge if you're only doing it once a month. Like, you're probably better off with an AMS system or an MMU system. Like, I don't know. I think people need to sit down and research a bit more before they buy printers nowadays. There are so many good options out there, and I think everyone gets distracted by the shiny. Like, put it this way. I just default to Prusa Core 1s now when I print stuff. If it fits on the Prusa Core 1, and it's PLA, PETG, or ABS, I just print it on the Core 1. Why? Because they're always powered on. I have 2 of them, and they just go. Although right now, all my Prusas are being used for Gundam stuff, so I'm using the Vorons for other stuff. Speaking of Voron, how's that coming? That's coming good. So. Oh yeah, and you can paint stuff. Let's be honest. Unless, like, If you want, I see people printing like Helldiver helmets and like other cool stuff. You paint it. Learn to paint and post process. And guess what? You get this was done on a this was printed on the Pantheon. Now, granted, yes, Pantheon's a $10,000 machine, but it's a single nozzle machine with 300 millimeters of print volume, and this is all CF PETG. You could do this on an Ender. Might just have to hand work it a little bit more, right? So, okay, let's start putting this together. So, there is no, yes, good, okay. So the plan is for this, got my shoe goop. Is an index going to have tools other than, as of right now, it's just hot ends. But it's like, it's running Clipper, it's open source. Like obviously there will be parts of index that are proprietary but the actual like docking, undocking mechanism. So you'll be able to have like a tool that is an accelerometer, or a tool that's a filament cutter, or a vinyl cutter if you want. Like you could basically make anything that'll fit into the locking mechanism and make your own thing. But that's like, nothing's shown yet. All they've shown is it printing. So a drag knife, a pen plotter, a marker, whatever, an accelerometer tool, all that stuff is potential. So I got to remember the order of all these so I don't mix them up. So we'll start here and go this way. I have 4 active printers and I find one. I currently have like 30 to 40 printers. Full disclosure, I have about 30 to 40 3D printers. Of them that are actually powered up and I could throw a print on them right now and hit print, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or sorry, that's not a printer. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I've got 13. 13 printers that are online right now that are ready to go with filament. Like I could just throw filament in it and hit print. The VZBot, the Pantheon, these 3 Prusas, those 2 Vorons, resin printer, the Venture XL, 3 more Prusas downstairs, 2 Mark IVs and a XL, and another Voron downstairs. So the rest of the printers are either just like the FL Sun that's right here that's been taking up a spot on my floor under a bench for a year that I need to get rid of. If you're in Southern Ontario, in the Windsor area, and you want, I don't even know what model that is, the S1, whatever the big FL Sun that's tall and then fully enclosed, the one I drilled a hole in the top to flip the fan around so it inputs. If you live in Southern Ontario and you want to buy it, DM me, we'll figure something out. We'll figure something out on the Discord, And if I ignore it, sorry, but I gotta get rid of it. It's taking up too much space. We'll figure it out. I didn't go to Murph this year, so I didn't bring my usual 10 printers to get rid of. But like, I've got I've got indexes from like 3 years ago downstairs. I think I ripped them apart. I started ripping apart all the printers that are just like extrusion frames and just like throwing everything out except the extrusions. So. Yep. Yeah, because it's like literally, it's in dust collection mode. There's the FL Sun. It's in dust collection mode. Am I going to 3D Printopia? I am. And if all goes well, the Gundam will be coming with me. And if, you know, the stars align, maybe the power armor, but I highly doubt that. The power armor I'm hoping to have done by Christmas or by Halloween. Okay. Overhead camera. Start recording. Ooh, yeah. So this is pretty simple. All you do is you just put a little shoe goop in your joint. You just kind of work it into place. and you wipe off the excess. It's stupidly simple. No. I will say this stuff has like a vinegary smell to it. That is a bit annoying. But it is what it is. And it sucks you are gonna waste a bunch because you do have to like ensure you fill it up. There we go. That is one finger thinged. Two fingers finged. Why are we using shoe goo? Because it fills the gap. Because all these printed parts here were printed with oversized. So everything was printed at 200% scale and printed in PETG. And I'm assuming it was originally designed with like PLA in mind. So between the shrink ratio and the fact that everything is oversized, nothing really fits together. All the joints are loose, okay? So shoe goop is like a rubber cement type glue. It's really gummy. So what I'm doing is I'm filling the joints with shoe goop, okay? And as they dry, I'm moving them. So over the next like couple hours, I'll come out every now and then and just move all the joints. So it just gums up the joint. So that way, this one I already did, I can position them and they'll hold their spot, you know, and it won't fall apart. Easy peasy. And it dries clear too, so. Because the plan is, I do want to have this be holding something, like one hand holding a shield and the other hand holding like a laser rifle or something. Sword, something. But I do want to be able to move the hand. So if I do decide to have it in a different position down the line, I could do that. That's kind of the plan. So, Plastidip, maybe. It's got to be something that's got some give. That's the only thing. It's got to be something that has some give. It can't be like a hard glue. Like you don't want to epoxy it. You need to be able to have some movement to it, but it can't be too much movement. So like a rubber cement works pretty good for that. Also, you got to remember, this is all PETG. PETG, not a lot of stuff really sticks to PETG. It's like a water bottle, right? It's the same kind of plastic as your water bottle. So, well, it's water bottle plastic with glycol added to it, so. Close, but not exactly. 2, 3 block. There we go. That's that. Easy peasy. I got to get all this glued up because it's going to take a while for it to set, because I need it good for tomorrow when I film the video on this stuff. So now that can go there. And grab one arm. Take you off, because I don't need you. Because now we got to make the ball joint work on this. Because there's a ball joint in here. And I'm going to do something the same with this to get it to XY compensation. I can't. The problem is that would make other dimensions not fit right. I can't go through. There are 378 parts to this. There's like 50 parts in each hand, okay? So if I were to start doing XY compensation, stuff like, you know, if I increase the size of the hand or decrease it by a certain percent, it might not fit in here, which this might not fit in here. Everything indexes together. And yeah, you know, it's got worse panel gaps than a Tesla, but it's supposed to. So the problem is I don't want to start messing with dimensions, because if I start messing with dimensions, I'm going to throw other stuff off. So I just use a little bit of gloop and it works. So this is going to be somewhat similar, because this, obviously, that ain't going to work. That is too loose for a ball joint, right? It's going to fall out. So what we're going to do, we're going to splooge a bunch of gloop in there, let it all dry, and then when I put it back in, it'll be, you know, a little bit thicker, hopefully. Can you have worse panel gaps than a Tesla? You would be surprised. Again, as somebody who built molds for Tesla and saw the condition of the parts when they left our shop and then seen the condition of the parts on the car, I will never buy a Tesla. Simple as. Simple as. Okay, this one's going to be a bit annoying. So let's splooge a bunch on here. And in you go. So much fun. Am I high yet? No, it's got a vinegary smell to it, not the fun smell. Like, it's just kind of vinegary. Alright, so now set that like that. I want it to basically coat it evenly so that it kind of acts like a whatchamacallit. I want it to coat it so it thickens it up with a bit of give. So then that way when you slot it in, it goes and it grabs it. Because it does have a bit of like, it's supposed to be narrow and then it opens up in the ball joint. The problem is it's slightly oversized or undersized. So I'm having to like fudge it. So we're fudging it a bit with some gloop, essentially. Where is my brushes? How are the Prusa's printing, by the way? I probably should have checked. That one's printing good. That one's printing good. That yellow's a little wet. I may have to reprint that dry. We'll see. Brushes. Where'd all my brushes go? Do I need to go buy more acid brushes? I do need to buy more acid brushes. I'm all out of acid etch brushes. That is annoying. Pro tip, go on Amazon right now. Everyone right now, and no, I don't have a shitty affiliate link for you to click. So this is how you know I'm telling you to do it for real. Go on Amazon and go buy yourself acid etch brushes. Just do it. Watch, I will show you. I will show you the way. Amazon. Go on Amazon right now and buy one of these stupid packs of really cheap, crappy brushes, okay? Whatever the cheapest ones you can buy. They're good for glue. They're good for anything. Just do it. Just buy them, throw them in a drawer. You will use them. Makes sense today to run dual extruders on a single hot air and make something like a box drill. You're referring to the old stuff. That, it is very valid because it's very cheap. Think about it. If you have the hardware on hand to have two, or you just happen to have two extruders and a Y splitter, you can make any printer into a dual color printer. It's surprisingly easy to do if you have the ability to do it. It can get a little pricey, or not pricey. You hit the return really quick, if that makes sense. It's not like diminishing returns, but you do hit the return real quick, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. I just need it to like thicken up ever so slightly around the ball joint. It's super annoying. Do this one while it dries. Where's my other? Give me my ball joint. There we go. It's gloop-tastic. Gloop. The side facing has zero gloop. It does? I mean, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Like it's a circle. I just want it to be grippy. I just want it when you put it in, it kind of sticks. And the best part is the stuff you can peel it off. So if you realize, oh shoot, I overdid it or I underdid it, you can just kind of put more on or take it off or just peel it off. So it's not like you're stuck with it. So that's kind of nice. Let it dry for a bit. I love the smell of goop. Who loves the smell of goop? I love the smell of goop. Only this was the fun stuff. That's the worst part about chemicals that smell bad. Like, if a chemical smells bad, I at least want it to get me high. So if it just smells bad and it does nothing for you, what's the point? What's the point? What's the point? I can taste colors. I can see flavors. How's this coming along? Oh, this is gonna be real nice. Oh, that'll look real nice up on the wall. There's another YouTube short. Yeah, I have to have these hands done by tomorrow. so I can actually film the video. There we go. The schnozberries taste like schnozberries. Firefox? It's the wall in the computer room is like a light blue paint, so this will look pretty nice on it, I think. It's pretty easy. You just print it, and then you just use some like thumbtacks or something to hold it to the wall. I have a bunch of stuff like this. I printed some space shuttles and whatnot and put on the little guy's room. It's for how much people would pay. Like, go to an art show, like an Art in the Park, or like a Market Village, or anytime you go to store, like, you know how people set up their little booths and sell stuff. Stuff like this is like, if you were to buy this that was laser cut, and there's a place in town that does stuff like this. They have like a laser cutter, a plasma cutter, and they do this but out of metal, and they charge like $200 for like a little hummingbird that's like this big. It's like $80. You just print that shit. Just print it. Just get a big printer and print it. Like, I seen Joel did a really good, it wasn't a video. Let me see if I can find it. I remember watching Joel play with it on a live stream. 3D printing nerd. Shoot, what was it? It was a 3D printer. No shit, it was a 3D printer. Printer. What was it called? It was a printer designed for printing like text. Text printer? I'm trying to remember what it was. But it was a printer designed for printing like words. And you would basically, you would print like the letter, and then after it printed the letter, you would basically like pour an epoxy inside, and it would be like the front part of it, and then you would put LEDs in it. And I remember Joel, he did a live stream of it. It was years ago. But like, doing stuff like that on a big printer like this would actually probably be pretty cool. Because what you would want, say you had a logo, you needed a logo. What you do is you print it on like whatever the material is in like, you know, a couple different colors and then black. So it's non-transparent. And then you print it reversed, and then you would fill it with an epoxy like at the bottom to seal off the bottom and let light through. And then you would take it off the bed, and then you would put LEDs in it. It would be really cool. I'm trying to figure out what it was called though. Store logo 3D printer. I'm trying to remember what it was called. I remember seeing Joel did a stream on it. Okay. It was a sign printer. Yeah, I know it was a sign printer. Fucking hell. Huh, I wonder which one gets the most clicks. Jeez. Sorry, Joel. Yeah, I don't know. Shoot, it was a live stream. Look at that. Look how young he looks. Young Joel. I think Joel in this is as old as I am now. Because he's in his 40s and I'm 37. I'm sorry, I gotta look at it again. Just the He-Man hair. You know, it's a good laugh when you get the hiccups. Sorry, Joel. Sorry. Really short Z, but a big Brit. Yeah, was it just called sign printer? Sign printer. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Here's a short of it. But yeah, so you print the letters and then you just like, you build it with LEDs. So like you could do custom signs. Okay, so it looks like you put like a transparent layer of like PETG or something in there. But yeah, like look at that. So you're able to do all these cool like custom signs and whatnot. Like, look at that. That looks pretty cool. So, Mike gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers and appreciate it. Here, let me find. This was really cool though. I watched this on. I watched this last night. It was. Shoot. What's it called? Alex Steele. This was really cool. So this guy's pretty cool. He does forging and whatnot. But he did used a 3D printed design or whatever so that he could separate different types of metal, like regular steel powder and high zinc powder, I think it was. And then he forged it. And then look at that. Like cleaned it all up. Look at that. Using a 3D printed template. That was really cool. I watched that video yesterday. That's another cool channel to watch. Also, they are, for those that know, and for those that haven't, I am going to gift you, okay? Sit down and be prepared for the gift upon which you are about to receive. Because if you have not watched this yet, I'm throwing away your weekend right now. If you haven't watched this series yet, say goodbye to your weekend. You're about to go down a binge. Okay, you're about to binge. Project Binky. I think I've mentioned this several times on stream already. They're getting near the end of Project Binky. They are finally getting to the end of Project Binky. If you do not know what Project Binky is, just start watching. Just start watching. It is 2 British blokes in their garage converting, oh, no, not that. Converting a Mini, you can see it right there back there. Converting a classic Mini into all-wheel drive with a turbo and a Celica engine or something in there. They have been working on it for 12 years and they're on episode 41. And each episode is anywhere from a half hour to an hour. Next episode is the last episode. Now, granted, it's only like 5 or 6 episodes a year, so I don't know how long before the next episode. There was a period where we went almost like a year without an episode. Yay, COVID. But seriously, if you have not watched Project Binky, clear your calendar, start watching Project Binky. It is such a good series. Like this is the I win the lottery. This is the kind of shit I want to be doing on YouTube. Is this kind of stuff. This is like, if you are a fan, like this reminds me a lot of like another YouTube channel I like, Mighty Car Mods. I'm not a huge fan of the newer stuff they do. They've gotten a little too corporate, but I get it. I like the faffing about in their driveway era of Mighty Car Mods, which is also why I really like Zip Tie Tuning, which is a couple guys from Linus Media Group. There, I'll pull it up here. Zip Tie Tuning. Yeah. So Zip Tie Tuning. So yeah. I can't remember his name. Holy shit. I've met this guy. Like, why can't I remember his name? They do they apparently they're doing car reviews, but it's a lot of it's just doing little stuff in your car, like car mods and shit in your driveway. Stuff you can do in your driveway. Those are like the best kind of like YouTube channels. In my opinion, peak YouTube is just a couple of guys doing dumb shit in their garage. Or just like messing about. Alex, I knew it was Alex. I knew it was Alex. I just couldn't remember that it was Alex. I've met him. But yeah. Yeah, follow this channel too. Go sub to Zip Tie Tuning, another good channel. But it's like, those are the best channel. ODS, that's another one I've been following lately. These guys, ODS. Just 2 buddies just doing dumb shit. random challenges and projects and whatnot. That is the best. Peak YouTube is literally just a couple of people doing fun stuff. And the best is when they get to the point where they're making enough doing the YouTube where they could do it full time, but they haven't gone corporate. There's like that period between, I want to say about 200,000 subs and about 1 million subs. If your YouTube channel's within that period and you're doing full-time YouTube, that is, in my opinion, like peak YouTube. Some keep it going after the 1 million sub point, but unfortunately a lot of channels, like look at Donut, the car channel, you could tell when a channel gets corporate. So if you can keep riding that, and I'm not saying once you hit that point, but I'm like, if you come across a YouTube channel and it's good content, you're having fun watching their stuff, and they're about 200 to 1 million subs, that's peak. That's peak. As long as they don't go down the Mr. Beast rabbit hole. As long as they don't go all Mr. Beast. How's the print coming? It's coming good. It's actually coming really good. I need to get a wider angle. Is there a lens you can put on the Logitech C270 to get a wider angle? Because unfortunately, like, actually, oh no, I can make this bigger. A little bit bigger. There we go. Big Time, yep, Big Time. The guys from Donut that spun off and did their own stuff, their Big Time is pretty good. Cooking channels, yeah. Binging with Babish, and what's the other guy who's got the long hair? I found his channel, I started watching it, and then it just clicked to me how corporate it was, and I was like, no, I'm out. Yeah, Speed. I'll make it simple. The best YouTube channels are the ones where when you watch the video, you can tell the creators had fun making the video. If you could tell the creators had fun making the video, odds are it's a pretty good channel. That's usually my smell test, is if you could tell, if they're going through the motions, it's probably too late. Yeah, Adam Savage and Tested is goated. Because it's just him having fun in his garage. Now, granted, his garage is a wholly tuned up shop and everything. I love the fact that I could just stick my head into this printer, by the way. Gundam Brothers. Do I know that channel? The problem is, I know a lot of YouTube channels that I don't sub to that just, they pop up in my Gundam Brothers. Which one's that? Oh, are they home inspectors? Surprising families, roofs, and home makeovers. Maybe. I'll take a look. Some Canadian bloke who does 3D printing. Yeah, don't waste your time with that. What you should do is waste your time with some delicious gamer subs. I think is their sale still on? Is the gamer sub sale still on? Gamer subs. The sale's still on. Oh, it's over. Never mind. Sale's over. So. No, I think the Weeb Juice sale's over. So, but if you still want to buy some, use code Canuck, link in the contract or not, I will bow to no sponsor. Expensive weed juice. You know what? Compared to the pop I was drinking before, it's not that bad. I mean, also, disclosure, they send me free gamer subs, so. Kid got burned with a 3D printer. I just read the headline. The problem is you read the headline. He didn't burn from a 3D printer. From what I saw, he like tried to melt two plastic parts together using like a rag soaked in gasoline or something, or alcohol. The printer, the better way would be he burned himself doing something with a 3D printed part. I don't think the printer didn't do anything. He was trying to adhere two printed parts together using fire or something, and he got burned. The printer had nothing. Now, full disclosure, somebody's house did burn down a couple years ago from, I think it was, I don't know if it was a G-Tech or an A-Net or one of the random brands that we don't hear about anymore. It was a paper towel soaked with ISO. Yeah, that shit's flammable, yo. This shit is flammable. Like, this and this, no. X Plus 4 case, yeah. You need to watch Colin Furs. Who is Colin Furs? I have no idea who it is, but last year when I was at Open Sauce, I was speaking with this guy here. He was giving me some tips about subterranean workshop expansion. Apparently my water table's too high. So I think this guy also has a YouTube channel. Yeah, I know who Colin is. Isn't he the scooter guy? Yeah, he does do scooters. I have so much FOMO from not going to Open Sauce this year. Like, I think I cleared out a lot of the pictures. I took some pictures with some people that are like, you could take a picture with me, but don't set it public. So I've deleted them off my, I have like a physical copy of it and that's it. Also, Michael is short. Michael is short. Bringing the Phoenix in on setup day. This was last year's Open Sauce. The Voron van! Max has a bunch of magnetic decals, so whenever he rents a van, he slaps the Voron logo on it. Voron van, yeah. Although I will say, this guy telling me hello and telling me to fly safe when I was going to my plane was pretty cool. Scott Manley's awesome. Oh, there you go. There's a Gundam. So that is Ariel, Gundam Ariel. I don't know what this is from. I think this is from PlanetSide, but I don't remember there being stilts. But I only played PlanetSide 1 and a little bit of PlanetSide 2. So. See, it looks like, oh, he was making sure it didn't fall off the thing. What's the dogs you're printing? I found them on, just go on printables and just search wolf art. It's one of the pictures. I need something, my wife wants something to put over the, her computer, like on the wall above her computer. So she likes wolves, so I'm printing her a giant wolf. Hoonigan and Donut Media. Watch this video. YouTube gone corporate. Where is it? I don't know what the original video is, but I watched Oh, this one. So I watch Atrioc on Twitch. He's one of the few Twitch streamers I actually watch, but he watched this clip. So watch this video. Your favorite YouTube channel is probably owned by private equity. So many large YouTube channels are owned by private equity and investment groups and whatnot. It is actually kind of sad and surprising. So watch that on your own time. But it is insane how many big YouTube channels are owned by media corps. Like, it makes sense. Like, there's money to be made there. Of course, private equity is going to get involved. It is what it is. It sucks, but it's the nature of the beast. Mr. Beast. Yeah. One of the saddest things ever was like, when I was at Open Sauce last year, talking to a bunch of other creators was super awesome. Like being able to nerd out with other like tech YouTubers, like, you know, I'm horrible with names. What's it called? Like Backyard Scientist, Scott Manley, who else? Ren. Like I talked to Ren for like half an hour just shooting the shit. Like being able to just nerd out with other creators and just talk about videos they're working on and what stuff, ideas, was amazing. I spoke to one person who worked on the Mr. Beast team. And it was like the most soul-crushing thing ever, because it was all about, well, how much engagement can we get off that idea? What kind of return on investment? How profitable is that idea? Would that get the views? Nothing about, would this make a fun video? Like, there's that disconnect, I think, at a certain point when, you know, it stops becoming fun and it starts becoming work. Also, this is another good channel. Ghost Town Living. I want to say Brent. I can't remember his name. Shoot, I'm horrible with names. Ghost Town Living. This guy, he bought an old silver mining town up in the Sierra Nevadas, and he's been working on it for like 5 years. Go watch it. It's one of those comfy channels. Video comes out every month or so. Just comfy to watch. Much more game theory. Like, here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with having investment backing, because it allows you to do more. Like, believe me, if my channel had, you know, if I had an extra 10 grand a month from a corporate sponsor to rent out a proper studio and have more room and equipment and whatnot, believe me, I would do a lot more cooler shit, right? There'd be a K truck in the background. We'd be electrifying right now and doing all kinds of cool body panel mods and 3D printed stuff on it. It'd be fun. But then, you know, we'd have to cut to our sponsor every 20 seconds. It depends. Like, there are pros and cons to it. You can do it right. You can do it right. It's just, unfortunately, it comes to a point where it's like everything owned by private equity goes to shit. He bought a town. I mean, it was an abandoned town. Yeah. Mighty Need for, yeah, BPS Space. Yeah. Styro Pyro. He's a total cook. Maybe? I came across one channel called Ooze Lab. And I don't know if he's a VTuber. He has like a VTube avatar, but he does IRL stuff where he just does stupid stuff on Twitch. His videos are like, can we cook a steak, like smoke a steak using cigarette smoke? stupid stuff like that. Every YouTube channel is now trying out. Oh, it's when you chase, the problem is the algo. If you start chasing the algo, you become like every other. This is why I don't like algorithms, and I don't like, especially AI, because everything becomes cookie cutter, and this is what you do. It's like, this month is everyone I bought $1,000 in stuff from Temu and I made a video out of it. Next month is I got my audience to decorate my room. The next one after that is, hey, it's an Insta360 month. Everyone's doing something dumb with an Insta360 camera. Like, it's, you could tell the trend. It's so annoying. So if you don't care about that stuff, it sucks. So. Trying out AliExpress stuff. I mean, true. Also, I love the pipeline of YouTubers where you could tell when they get to a certain point where they just become a talking channel. A good example, like he still does his old stuff, but Meat Canyon, right? Meat Canyon got popular from doing the cartoons, right? Those crazy cartoons he did, right? Still great. He still does them. But now a lot of the content is just him like in front of a camera talking. It's funny watching the trend of YouTubers where you go from like, this is what you did. You used to do like something. And now you're basically, you just, hey guys, so this happened today. Let's talk about it, blah, 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 blah. Like, I love that trend. You could tell, it's like, you could tell they got the bag. And it's like, they're just doing content for content's sake. And it's like, sometimes they keep it going good. I'm not saying Meat Canyon channel is bad now, but I'm like, it's funny when you see the trend in action. Everyone wants to be a political YouTuber. It's annoying. I mean, you know what? It's gonna suck. And I know some people won't like when I say this. We are in this shit show now because so many people try to avoid politics. If you don't pay attention about politics, we end up in this shitty situation we're in now. So because everyone's like, I don't want to deal with politics. Oh, politics. And it's like, oh, wait, shit, we have a pedo-fascist running the US. Ooh. Oh. How did that happen? Maybe you should have paid attention to politics. Oh, that is coming together so good. So yeah. Believe me, I hate politics too, but unfortunately, you gotta look at the mirror every now and then. YouTube keeps demon. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. The downside too with being a YouTuber, I'm playing in somebody else's house. It's YouTube's house. It's YouTube's rules. If YouTube just says, hey, this isn't the kind of content we want on our platform, I have no right to say, YouTube, you have to put my content on your platform. Like, it is what it is. This is YouTube's house. There is no legal requirement that YouTube has to support certain content. There is no free speech on YouTube. I can't go into your house and just like start saying random shit that you don't like. You kick me out of your house. This is YouTube's house. Liz is here. Hi, Liz. Hi, Liz. How you doing, Liz? Everyone go subscribe to, or go follow Liz on Twitch. Thomas gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers and appreciated. Yeah, this isn't broadcast television. This isn't PBS. Goodbye, PBS, I guess. But yeah, this is YouTube's house. If I set up a website or a forum and people come in my forum and start, saying things I don't like and I ban them, they don't have any right to say you have to unban me. I don't get that whole, like, you have to let me say the things I want. It's like, no, if you want that, go make your own website. It's called Rumble. It doesn't make money. YouTube is at least profitable. Lee Smith Workshop, gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers and appreciated. Okay, so now I have to take these and I have to move them. So that way the glue doesn't really dry rigid. So then this way, I could still move me digits. And yes, that's a reboot reference. My digits. I need to watch that show again. I am so peeved they never ended it properly. Where are my reboot fans at? Who here is still angry they never finished reboot properly? And also, where are my fellow Canadian reboot fans at, where we got season 3? The Americans didn't. It's payday, have some membership. Ooh, it's payday. Woo! I have to move it, yes. Like reboot with glitch? Well, glitch the multi-tool, yeah. Yeah, it's funny, for those that don't know, there was a show in the 90s called, wrong button. For those that don't know, there was a show in the 90s called Reboot. It aired on, like, in Canada. It was a Canadian show, actually. Same company that made Beast Wars. So it was a CG show. It was set in the computer. And season 1 and 2 were just, like, monster of the week, like, every episode in a bottle. There was, like, an overarching plot, but it was kind of like, not really there. It was a kid's show. And then season 2 ends, the main hero gets sent into the web, the villains win, and then the show ends. At least for the Americans. Because ABC, which was carrying the show in the US, canceled it. But they made season 3, which only aired in Canada. Season 3 was dark as shit, had characters dying, had like the entire season was one long plot. It was like one long story. Like the main character like grew up, had like an eye that shot lasers or had like a gun. Like it just got dark super quick and got very mature and adult. And then, yeah. So it goes like, if you only watch the American, like season 1 and 2, because you were American and this was back before you could stream stuff. So you only watch one on the TV. It was like a happy show. And then it ends and it's like all dark and Mad Maxy. Season 3. Yeah. It was like... Yeah, because it's like season 1 of Reboot is like, ah, haha, everyone's happy, da 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 da. And then, where is it? Season 3 is just like dark. Alphanumeric. Is he 4 seasons? Technically, season 4 wasn't season 4. It was 2 miniseries. They had 2 movies, like made-for-TV movies that got split up into 4 episodes each. That ended plot holes that were left in season 3. So, yeah. So technically there was 4 seasons, but it was 3 seasons and then 2 made-for-TV movies that those 2 movies were made into a season kind of thing. So, yeah, if you haven't watched Reboot, go watch it. Some of it holds up surprisingly well. Go like get one of those lists that's like, I rewatched Farscape a couple months ago, and it was like I watched it according to like one of those episodes guides that are like watch it, skip it, or maybe, because it's like some episodes are just like they don't have anything to do with the main plot, and it's an episode in a bottle and it sucks. So it's like especially if you're trying to watch the whole series. So you scored an Orange Storm Giga secondhand for cheap. Polar Wolf, what condition is it in and does it print? And how well does it print? Have I tried Lex? I haven't tried Lex. I've watched Lex before, and by watched it, I mean like, I think it was on TV and I watched a little bit of it, but I haven't like watched it. Like I couldn't name any characters from it. I know of the show because I remember seeing when it would come on TV on like UPN or something. I'm trying to remember what channel it was on, UPN or UPS. I can't remember. Americans know of Red Green. I'm assuming most Americans, at least those that watched TV in the 90s would, because it was on PBS. Red Green Show was carried by PBS in the States. So I'm assuming most Americans in the 30-plus-year-old demographic would be aware of Red Green Show at least. Used once for a test, allegedly, then parked due to lack of projects. Well, if you got it for cheap and it works, go for it. If you run into issues, hit up Luke's lab and get the upgrade kit. I remember I visited Joel last year and he had 2 Orange Storm Gigas and neither of them were working. And Luke was trying to get him working. Red Green Show, you know what's funny? Red Green Show reminds me of like an old YouTube channel. Like a pre-2012 YouTube channel. Where it's just like dumb skits. Dumb skits. Not a big budget. Everything in camera. Just dumb stuff. Fun. Also, apparently, dumb fun. Apparently the new Naked Gun movie is really good. Like, surprisingly good. Like, I've heard a lot of good things about the new Naked Gun movie, so I might try and watch that this weekend. It's only like an hour and a half long, too, so. Yeah, women can't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Hey. Look at this hairline. You think this hairline's bringing much in? I haven't seen Happy Gil. I don't have Netflix. The only streaming service that I have Crunchyroll for my anime. Ooh woo. And then I have Amazon Prime, but I have Prime because I use Amazon Prime. I buy a lot of stuff off Amazon, so. And it's a business expense. Okay. We got 1 minute till the giveaway. If you have not entered for your chance to win some Polymaker filament, do this now because we're going to be doing the giveaway in a minute here. So enter for your chance. Get on it. We're going to be doing our giveaway in a minute. So. Get rid of Netflix. Yeah, I got rid of Netflix a little over a year ago. I'll be honest, you want to know what streaming service I watch the most of? YouTube. I get like all the entertainment I would ever want out of YouTube and like Twitch. That's it. A Possum Watch sign. Does anyone have a Possum Watch? Possum Watch. I mean, it wouldn't be that hard to get like turn this into an STL. That would be like you could print that in 3 different colors. It wouldn't be hard. I just realized it's chapter 11. What is it? Quando omni fluncus mortai. It's like when in doubt, play dead or something like that. I think that's what the motto stands for. When in doubt, play dead or something. Chapter 11. I never realized it was chapter 11. It's the Lodge branch. Do not watch War of the Worlds with Ice Cube. He saved the world using a computer. Sheep Meets World. 2 things. 1. Actually, only 1 thing. War of the Worlds with Ice Cube? What? There's a War of the Worlds movie with Ice Cube? Since when? Wasn't the last one they made with like the guy who like not Russell Crowe. The guy who likes running in movies. I'm horrible with names. Like the Spielberg. Spielberg made the last War of the movie. No, wait. No, wasn't there another one after that one? How many War of the World? Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise. I know. I'm horrible with names. I can know names, but the moment I need to know a name that moment, I forget it. War of the World. There's a new one? Adaptations. Where are the movies? Okay. Films. Okay. Starring Ice Cube. Okay, I've seen this one. Yeah, I've seen this one. The one with Ice Cube. Okay, yeah, we're not watching the one with Ice Cube. Go read Dungeon Crawler Carl. In Independence Day, Will Smith beats the aliens with... That makes sense, though. Dan Daigle, there's a deleted scene in the original Independence Day movie that makes sense. Because apparently, so in the original Independence Day movie, they connect a computer to it and they give it a virus. There's a deleted scene that explains it all. That all human computer tech is based off stuff they learned from the alien ship. That's how human computers are able to talk with the alien computer. It's because it's literally based, we learned computers from the aliens. So our computers are compatible, essentially. That explains so much. I know there's no overlays. We had a member stream the other day and I forgot to turn them off. Okay, let's do this giveaway because wifey's got to go. So let's do this giveaway. Remember, if you don't win your spool of filament Polymaker today, you have another chance tomorrow. And if you don't want to wait, you can just, you know, just buy some. Use the affiliate link. Names. File, save, and open up marbles. It's a Unix system. Apparently that actually is a Unix system. There is a version of Unix from the 90s early 90s, that's how the web or the interface worked. So erase it, add names, clear, open names. 194, finish, random, bots, 194, play. Excited for Spaceballs 2. I'm excited for Spaceballs 3, the search for Spaceballs 2. Okay, how this works, if you win, you get a spool of filament from Polymaker, but if I pick your ball and you win, you get a free hat. This one, oh, it stuttered for a bit. Right there. Dark for eons. Hopefully you see the light and get yourself a free hat. Remember, exclamation mark zoom zoom makes your ball go faster. Exclamation mark gullible makes everyone else's ball go slower. And if you like the smash button, ring the bell, and are subscribed to the channel, it actually greases your ball up and makes it go even faster. Rip John Candy, I know. Yeah, that's another thing. Apparently the new Naked Gun movie has a big, like, gives a decent amount of, like, shout outs and credits to, like, the original cast and call outs and whatnot. I mean, they do rip on OJ, but he had it coming. Charles Babbage. I mean, it's a movie. Yes, I know the Babbage calculating machine was not based on alien tech, as far as we know. But I mean, like, microchips and computer programming are based on aliens. No, it's not. What are we talking about again? Why are we talking about a crappy movie? Although I will argue the original Stargate movie holds up pretty well. As far as movies from that director, the original Stargate, I think, is probably one of his better ones. The TV show Police Squad. Sheesh, one channel I follow has gone full AI shorts, not showing their work anymore. Oh, geez. AI content is literally, AI content's going to be the death of us all. We are so screwed. Ditto, Airplane is another classic. A classic? What's that? So apparently Police Squad was canceled because the network figured people needed to watch the show. At the time, shows were meant to just, like, be on. And apparently this was, like, the thinking. Shows were just meant to be, like, nowadays what we consider, like, second monitor content, where you just have it on over there. And the fact that you had to, like, sit down and pay attention to the whole show watching Police Squad, they put that as a negative. And it's one of the reasons they canceled it. Yes, buddy? Sorry about that. Little guy was, apparently they found apparently there's a rabbit nest in the backyard I got to take care of. And, yeah, we have a German Shepherd. So I got to go figure out something. Okay. Congratulations, Ms. L6. Sorry, we didn't get here sooner, but your husband wasn't. I will contend to the end of time, one of the best jokes ever was, who are you and how did you get in here? I'm a locksmith and I'm a locksmith. Okay, congratulations, MZQ. You have won yourself a spool of filament, although I'm going to do a quick sanity. MZQ. M for F. Oh, wait. What? Frickin' pop-ups. MZQ. Okay. You look like a real human, just weird name. Okay. So that is that. Yeah, that joke was so good they reused it in the movie. Yeah, hopefully that's not your password. Hopefully you didn't put your password as your username. Same thing I put on my luggage. Okay, so let me pull this up here. Because we got to figure out a new name for the Discord. We have a side project now. We are on side project time. Okay, what do I mean by side project time? We have like 2 minutes here. We got to figure out a name for the Discord because I've renamed my Discord, or it's right now it's called Only Benchies. The members section of the Discord is the Only Benchy Yacht Club. That will still be the Only Benchy Yacht Club. So if you're a channel member or Patreon supporter, or you find the Twitch channel and you give it a Twitch Prime, you get to hang out in the Only Benchy Yacht Club. That will be unchanged. However, I do need a name for the Discord itself. So one of the things I did was I asked you to give me names for the Discord. So there's a lot of empties. Okay. So these are a bunch of the names of the Discord that you guys gave me. And the Discord is now called... The Discord is now called... No, we have dudettes. We can't go out. We can't just be that. The Discord is now called... No takebacks? Okay, you know what? You guys want it? Fine. You want it? You want it? There you go. 3D's nuts. You happy? There. We rolled the dice with chance. You know what we'll do? Today's August 1st. The first stream of every month, we will do this. The first stream of every month, this will be a thing now. Remind me. Remind me. Going forward... No, 3D's Nuts was the first one that rolled. Every month, going forward, I will do this. I will let the community pick the name for the Discord. As long as it's not TOS, as long as it's not, you know, it doesn't violate TOS, no swear words. 3D's Nuts is a little on the close side, but we're going to let it roll because it's funny. And each word in and of itself isn't that bad. But nothing... We ain't going down that rabbit hole. Put it that way. I will ban you from this community if you go overboard with a name suggested. But going forward, the first of every month, we will do a community lottery for the name of the Discord. Sound fun? Sound fun. Who was it that suggested 3D's Nuts? Polly. Or sorry, Black Locust Farms. Congratulations, Black Locust Farms. Are you in chat? See, I would give you VIP too, but YouTube doesn't have VIP. So the Discord is now officially 3D's Nuts. So. Okay, we're calling it there. Apparently I have a rabbit's nest in my backyard I gotta go figure out something to do with so our dog doesn't eat them. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Oh wait, no, I gotta do my shout outs. Shout out to Polymaker, the spool of filament we gave away this stream and every stream. Links for all of them and more in the video description. Some of the links, like 3D Glue, Gamer Subs, use code Canuck, save some money, and go buy some stuff and support the channel as well. They're affiliate links, you know how they work. And then for those that donate to the channel, gifted memberships to those who became members of the channel yourself, I thank you. Would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create without your continued support. You make it all possible. Enjoy your weekend, be safe out there, wash your hands, and I will see you in the future. If all goes well, channel member video tomorrow, and it'll be public for everyone Sunday. Goodbye.